Who do you say I am? Jesus asked his disciples in Matthew 16. Verse 13, who do people say I am? This is an interesting question, in that it is the foundation of Christian life, knowing who Jesus is. We find ourselves in the world where people are drawn to the visible successes of others. They are more interested in the outward representation of success, wealth, cars, houses, and more. They are more interested in understanding how to replicate these successes. While seeking after excellence is not bad, as Christians we are called to be able to answer the question, who do you say I am? Recall Jesus' conversation with Peter in the Bible, Matthew 16, verse 13 to 19. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? So they said, some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. He said to them, but who do you say that I am? Simon Peter answered and said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus answered and said to him, blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Note Jesus' initial question to the disciples, who do men say that I am? And then their answers in verse 24. The confusion, misunderstanding, and misinformation of who God is still exists in our world today. The more reason why we as Christians need to know the truth about who God truly is. Peter responds, and Jesus' initial response in verse 17 indicates that Peter knows who Jesus is. Jesus confirms it strongly. What truly hits me is what Jesus says next in verse 18 and 19. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. When we truly know God, He makes our life in evidence. He makes us a pillar, a vessel which He uses to save others. He gives us power backed by His authority to destroy the domains of evil and to establish His purpose in and through us when we truly know God. So I will ask again, who do you say Jesus is? Do you truly and personally know who Jesus is? Unfortunately, even among Christians and in our churches, homes, offices, businesses, and other life events, rather than seeking after knowing Jesus, the focus is on understanding how to become successful like people we see or read about. So we seek after wealth, influence, and more. Faith is something we get to at our convenience. We need to dedicate ourselves to the relationship of knowing God. Good success is personal for everyone. It is tailor-made to each person. It is a byproduct of a relationship with God through the studying of the Bible and the guidance of the Holy Spirit. It is all rounded based on God's purpose for our lives. It is contagious and spreads to people that come into our circle. If God gives it, then it's real. Begin today to seek after knowing God. Jesus puts it best in Matthew chapter 6:33. What you should want most is God's kingdom and doing what He wants you to do. Then He will give you all these other things you need. You can start today. Begin a relationship with the Holy Spirit. Take time daily to study the Bible, a few verses to one or more chapters at a time. Talk to Him in prayer daily and as often as you can. Seek after knowing who Jesus is and answer the question for yourself. Who do you say that I am?